Hi, I wanted to talk to you today about food allergies and food sensitivities. I want to cover what's the difference, how can chiropractic and functional medicine help, how you can lead a normal life and still experience some of these things, and also why you will not want to miss our Healthy Holiday Happy Hour we have coming up on Thursday, December 13th at 6:30 p.m. That's going to cover a lot of these same topics, plus give you instant solutions for a lot of this. So I'm going to jump right in. If you stop in, please drop a comment. Tell me where you're listening from. Tell me if you have any food allergies or sensitivities, and just wave and say hi for me. Thanks. So food allergies are going to obviously be something that gives you a true food allergy will give you something like an anaphylactic shock type reaction. So that's going to be like hives, your throat closing up. You need to be rushed to the emergency room. You need an EpiPen now. So some people do have very severe true food allergies. But a lot of people have food sensitivities. And there's a huge difference. And I know I'm talking to probably a mixed crowd here. So if you're in the camp of everyone makes up that they are allergic to gluten and I don't believe it and I won't get on the train no matter what. Okay, that's all right. You feel how you want to feel. But let me just explain kind of where I'm coming from. I think there's some good middle ground here. I think we can all be friends on this topic. So some people are like, I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to peanuts. I'm allergic to milk. I'm allergic to bread. I'm allergic to gluten. I'm allergic to my friends who eat gluten. I'm allergic to my cat after it rubs against my loaf of bread, which is, it's just like, it's kind of crazy, right? So how can you possibly lead a normal life if you feel like you have all these sensitivities and reactions and you can't even go out to eat without knowing that you're going to have a safe meal and feel good after eating? So I'm talking to both sides and I'm talking to you people in the middle, somewhere between those two. So one reason why sensitivities have gone way up is because even the very soil that we grow our crops in has changed. So with the use of chemicals and different techniques in agriculture, we do not have the most nutrient and mineral rich soil anymore. So even the crops that we have do not have the same nutrients and minerals in them, and then they're sprayed potentially with chemicals, and then they're sold, and then we ingest these things, and it changes the way we digest these things. It changes the plant itself, the fruit, the food itself, and so that is a big reason why we have some more sensitivities now. We also tend to have a diet much more laden with preservatives. We have a lot more antibiotic use. We have a lot more NSAID or ibuprofen over-the-counter drug use for pain. We have a lot more just prescription drug use in general. And so those kind of things, on one hand, we've got, you know, the plants and the food that we're eating changing. And on the other hand, we have these things that are part of regular life. There's chemicals in our shampoos and our makeups and our deodorants and perfumes and our soaps and our cleaning products, you know, kind of everywhere, in our water even. And we don't have to be all crazy about it. We don't have to be afraid of the world we live in, but we can't deny that it's happening either, right? So these things can kind of take a toll. They can absolutely take a toll on your gut lining and change your immunity, change your ability to handle any kind of inflammation or sensitivity. So we're kind of getting hit by both ends here. So what happens then is we eat something that tends to be an inflammatory food anyways. Our body is, and it's also potentially, you know, not very good for us, tends to be inflammatory. There's going to be something like wheat or gluten. We can just go with that one. And so the plant itself is already different. Our immune system is compromised. Our barrier, our defense mechanism, our body's ability to break down inflammatory products like histamines is already compromised. We eat and then we get these reactions. We get things like even hives on the skin, stomach aches, abdominal pain, cramping, bloating. Maybe we call it IBS. Maybe it's just sometimes diarrhea or constipation. Maybe it's headaches, fatigue, all these different things that you can see with these problems, these digestive inflammatory issues. So that's one of the bigger differences. And food sensitivities are on a sliding scale. So if you are sensitive to something now, you might not be sensitive to it, for instance. If it is, you might grow more sensitive to it after it has been cooked for several days and it's leftovers. foods with leftovers tend to have higher histamines, for instance. Histamines cause an inflammatory response in your body. You might be less sensitive to it on some days if you're healthier. If you have a cold, you might be more sensitive to it. It's kind of on a sliding scale, and you can build up a tolerance for these things too. So that's the big difference. Chiropractic and functional medicine can help quite a bit. Chiropractic can help the body to function better in general. Also, some of the different abdominal massage techniques that we do here in our office can really help with digestion quite a bit, whether it's that reflux and bloating and pressing in this area to loosen up some tension, whether it's lower abdominal pain, bloating, and cramping. We can sort of help to eliminate some of the discomfort associated with that, and you're more likely to be able to have regular bathroom breaks if you're getting adjusted regularly. That's something I hear all the time. Functional medicine can absolutely be life-changing in the instance of food allergies and sensitivities. So one of the important things is to get tested. How do you know what you're sensitive to? If you've never been tested. And you can do that through just a simple blood test through our office. The test that I use is a little bit, it's just got a little more information included on it. So it's going to test something called immunoglobulins and your body's sort of inflammatory response to different sensitivities. It's going to test up to 50 to 100 different items and give you a really good starting point of what you're more sensitive to, what food groups you react to more. And it's going to include something called complement, which is just that extra step. Science and lab testing is getting closer and closer to giving us all these detailed, beautiful answers to people's chronic conditions that they deal with. And so this is just one step further than many of the tests out there that test the blood for food sensitivities. So getting tested, and then it's not about finding out what you're sensitive to and never eating it ever again, never touching it. It's about building up a tolerance. It's about building up your gut health, for instance, having fiber push everything out, get all the junk and the crud and the phlegm and everything out, really eliminating this like toxic buildup you can have in your intestines, getting that out, then repairing the health of the muscles in your intestines so that they're not lazy and overstretched and not working anymore, repairing those muscles, making them active again, getting your bowels moving normally and naturally again. Is another big part. And then actually laying seed for good, healthy bacteria to grow. That's called prebiotics. And then encouraging and watering the seeds. So putting good probiotics in your diet. Some different things to help get rid of some of the toxins that might be in your gut. So some liver support. Many different herbs can provide really good liver support that are completely natural. And then of course, just building up that immune system with things like immunoglobulins, like some different mushroom blends for immune system health. There's all different kinds of things you can do for that too. There are specific causes of what can cause people to be more allergic or sensitive to things that they eat or less. So if you're one of those people saying, you are speaking to me, I'm allergic to the laundry detergent I use, I'm allergic to cats, I'm allergic to dogs, I'm allergic to this, I'm allergic to that, I react to almost every food I put in my body, and you're talking to me here. If you're that person, you might even have what's called a histamine intolerance. Your body doesn't have the ability to break down what you put in it that causes inflammation. So one of the first things is getting tested and then not avoiding foods forever, but building up a tolerance in the short term, doing some serious gut repair, some things that are going to make you feel incredible by the time you are done with your course of treatment. And then slowly adding these things back in, testing your tolerance, and getting you back to where you can just live your life, eat your meals, and enjoy yourself. So that is just something I wanted to talk about really quickly. We are available to take appointments for these types of complaints at any time, and would be happy to help you navigate what you're feeling and at least hear your options. And again, don't miss our Healthy Holiday Happy Hour. We're going to have Kim Simpson here. She is an MD who used to be a practicing pediatrician, and she is going to talk to us about a 30 Days to Healthy Living challenge, a lot of great clean products and things that you can do now to make you feel better during the holidays, to start the new year off on a good foot. And so you're not going to want to miss that. We're going to have some healthy, delicious foods and drinks, and we would love to see you there. So follow the link to register so that we know that how much food to make, and we're looking forward to seeing you then. Thanks.